Okay, now that we've finished our tunnel in the last tutorial, we've now just completed all of the rail. You can see the lights and everything here, and I've made built the rest of the line all the way along here, using the same principles again, just building it up to the level of the line of the rail line, and I built a bridge over there, like I said, got rid of the excess bridge over here and just tidied that area up a little bit, and transitioning into the little land bridge going all the way to the next base. Now, this is a fairly straight line through here, so what we could do, oh no, it's still there. Things are slowing down a little bit, never mind. What we could do is speed this line up a little bit to like speed 4 or something, but we'll get to that in a minute. So note the line's dead straight all the way through here, and we come into here now. Again, I made a set of doubles to stop the straight line from happening, and then we're going into an upwards curve. And all I did here is just pull out the land, just extend the land out till it just touched the bottom of the line, and put another 2 here to stop the curve and head back into a straight line. Into the tunnel we go. Okay, change in height again, 2 to stop the straight line, start the curve, get to the top of the curve, make a double to stop the curve, go back to a straight line. You can see the pattern happening here. And again, finally, another 2 here and a nice gentle downward slope going down over the bridge, heading into a base. Okay, now probably back here somewhere, I'll use one of these nodes here as a signal to slow down because we're hitting the station, and I'll cover that. That's what we're going to cover in this tutorial. Okay, so all the way down here, and we've made our line. We've built our line all the way up to the station, which is this area here. So the next thing we need to do here, and this was on advice from the developers of the plugin, was to place a rail track. Let me just open up grab a rail track. We place a rail track here, and what that does is it stops the length of the line, and it stops the plugin from actually taking a whole heap of time trying to calculate hundreds of thousands of blocks worth of line, rail line, in one big hit. So it breaks it into chunks between train stations. All right, and what we can do here is we can, let's go into everyone. We can go into adjust track. So we're in the adjust track screen, and if we click on one and we drag it over to the edge of the track, you'll see there, see the purple line, this purple haze there. Once you see that, let it go, and that's joined up to this track now. Okay, so that the plugin allows you to join it to actually vanilla tracks, which is pretty cool. See the purple line, let it go, and it's now joined to that track. So what we can do now is we can go back to the building of the track and uncheck everything, so make sure nothing's highlighted. We then put a node here and another node here because we're about to go into a bend. All right, so we keep it straight, and then we go into another bend over here, and what we'll do is we'll put the bend all the way down sort of here somewhere. Yeah, about actually we can use it down here, so we'll go a node here and a node there. Now we'll use one of these nodes as one of the command signs. But now along here, there's a set configuration I use to set up the trains. So we put a node. So we come in here. We'll put a node probably about, where are we there? So about here, and another one about there. Okay, so that will allow me to bend a line around as a U-turn, and we put another one around about the center, and this is where the train comes in through this from this area here. So we put another one just shy here because we're going to start another bend. So we'll put it in about here somewhere, I think I'll do. About there and there. Okay, and what we're going to do is this, because it's started up an upward slope pretty early, I'm going to go up, take this further and go up here now and put the curve up to here. I might go back a bit, about to here somewhere and to here somewhere. Then we'll bring it round and in back into the 3 wide track to here and to here. And then we put our, actually no, we don't. We only need to put the train tracks on one end. So we've got a train track here to break the line. We can continue this to the next station if we want to. Okay, so that's that line. So from there, we can then continue on to the next station. So what I'll do now is I'll just go and hold down the right click and center them all. Now notice there's going to be some adjustments here. So that line's way above the ground. We'll have to adjust that. Yeah, that's about right. Bring that up. Bring that up. Now this is a standard setup for all of our stations. So I'm just centering everything so it's all nice and level. This one and this one, and I'll take this now. I'll go back into adjust and I'll drag that across. Purple, let it go, and that's connected that one. Okay, and now we do check it, uncheck, so right click the air, left click the air to unselect everything, and do the next line. So same again there and there, and basically we mimic what we did on the other side with a few exceptions. So I put another one here and here, and then we put another one here and here, and you'll see why we do these 4 in a sec. Then we do this one. Oh, there's a bit of I mucked that one up, so I'll fix that. And then we'll put another one about here and here, because this has got to do a bend coming out of here and into there, and we'll fix it up in a minute. And then we can move on up to these 2, here and here, and then come into here and here. So they're the 2 main lines done. Now I'll just zero these out and drag this one across. There you are. So you can't, don't try and set it without seeing that purple haze. All right, now let's come back and fix this one up. Not quite sure what happened there, so let's take that and drag you back into here to there. What's going on with you? Get back there. Okay, that's better. All right, now the next, so we just click in the air to unselect everything, and then the next thing we do is the tracks for the destruction and the creation of the train. So I like to put a node back here. Because this is a fairly long station, I've got some room to play with here, so I'll put another one forward about here somewhere. And then we've got to set up a curve. So one there, one there. And this is a fairly tight curve. It does work. So I'll put another one about here. And then I'll drag this across onto this line there. Okay, so notice how it's made it's adjusted things a little bit. If I can, yeah, that's not that good. So let's undo that. Let's put another node here, and I'll drag this one up to here. I'll go in here and head down, delete the node. It splits it up, but that's okay. What we can do is come back up here. See, it's already got it highlighted, which is good. All right, and we're going to connect another node here. So we're going to, it's actually highlighted all three. So we're going to have to click up in the air, select this node here, and come down to here and pop it just here. All right, because we want three nodes here, I'm going to put another one here, and I'm going to drag this one across to join to this node here. That gives me our three nodes. Now I'll just zero this one out. The top one should be fine. Now what I'll do is I'll get this one here, and I'll pop a node here, and I'll drag it around to there. Now it's the two lines here have kept everything straight, and that on an even keel, and then this one's dragged a line around into here. All right, so this one will be our creation, our train spawn line in here. We'll get to those in a minute. This next one, let's just click in the air. This next one is the train deletion line. So just pop that there. And this time we're going to go, this is going to be a little bit tricky because these lines are raised up a little bit. So don't worry, don't be too concerned by it. It won't matter so much. It'll just look a little weird. So I'll put one there, another one there, and I'll bring it around. Now I might go to the back one and see what that does. How did that go? Yeah, that made it a bit funny here. Don't like that. Let's try TCC undo. Yes, good. So I'll leave that there for a minute. What I'll do is I'll highlight that one, and I'll create one that goes here. I'll pull this one back a block, put that one forward a block there, and I will take this and pop it just in there. Okay, so it's still a little bit hinky. So I'll create another one, another node just here. There we go. That straightened it up a little bit. And I can just adjust this one slightly just to make it sort of reasonably round. All right, so there's one other line I've got to put in here to finish the actual lines for the train station. That's up the end here. Now what'll happen is the trains come out of this line here. They go in this way, and this node here will be the train station. But what if we want the train to go to the station in that direction? Well, what we've got to do is we've got to put a loop just in here, and that's what these two are for. That's what these lines here are for. So all I do is I'll select this one. I'll put a node roughly here, another one here, and then I'll take this one here and I'll pop it on his line just there. Okay, it creates a loop, as you can see, nice and neat little loop, and it allows the train to slowly swing around and head in that direction if it needs to, and we'll test that towards the end. All right, and now what we're ready to do is set the train up with all of the commands, and this is where it gets fun, and I'll show you why in a sec. Let me just go to pop this up to adjust. Now I'll show you where all the where the engine room is for the train station, if I can figure out how to get into the train station. It's around here somewhere. Here we go. When you deal with 150 odd train stations plus, you tend to okay. One weird thing I found with this plugin is you can't interact with trapdoors and stuff without taking the editor out of your hand. Okay, so down here, this is the engine room for the old setup, right? So there were signs everywhere to do certain things, and there's sort of redstone flowing all over the place. And what we can do is we can pretty much get rid of all of it. The only thing we don't get rid of at this stage is the destination sign. Right, now it's important we do that. So what we need to do here, before we get rid of this sign, we need to make another sign and just pop it down here and just put the station name on it. Clucky. That's what I like to do, because if I delete that now, I can't remember what train station I'm at. So when you see train destination Clucky, get the Clucky, that's the name of the station. All right, just put it down there, and then you can pretty much delete and get rid of everything else down here, except for what I'll show you. Get rid of all these signs, all of it, get rid of all this. You don't need any of this anymore. That can all go. All this can go. Now, this sign here, this redstone here, we do need that, because what we do is we actually create ourselves a, now if I'm not mistaken, we put that there, put the redstone there, that comes down and blows the redstone. So what we do is we pop here, and then we put in a block, another block and that, and we pop a sign here. And on this sign, we place the command square bracket, train. The next line is TCC underscore power. And what I do is I'll put down SP for spawn, underscore Clucky, as in the train station. Okay, now my naming conventions are the same all around. So whenever you see SP, that means it's a spawn sign. Okay, so that's it for that. Now, the other end of this is upstairs, but before we get there, we do one other thing. Over here, we can get rid of all of this stuff here. We can knock all this out. Don't need any of this. Keep the sign that says Clucky, so you know what you're looking at. That can go. That can all go. That can go. And this one here, we edit. So this section here, we go edit that, and we go train on the first line. Then we go TCC underscore power. And then we go AB underscore Clucky. Now it's important to remember these names here because we use these in a minute. This AB is the audio sound, or the audio for all aboard. All right, we update that and close it. Now, if you look into this, inside this, you may not see it or not, but this is where you got the all aboard sound playing. Okay. And what'll happen is another command on one of the nodes will trigger this switch to turn that on, right? So it becomes a wireless signal, wireless redstone signal. Really, really amazing stuff, right? And same as this one, right? This will actually trigger the spawn sign over on the node once this redstone activates it, right? Now that's it. That's all we need to do underneath the train. Okay, just the sign that is directly above the command block. You put this on. Now the AB underscore, this Clucky, that'll change to whatever station name it is here. Like that's the station name. This is what it changes to. All right, so let's head upstairs now and do the signs upstairs to complete the train station.